platform. Every day a star is born. Alrighty, here we are.
What's up, bro? What's up, dude?
Yo! Hey! Yeah, you have a really good camera.
You like
Mine's
that, baby? You like
zoned
that?
in and up close.
You like
it? Yeah. Hopefully everybody can be heard. So, how is
amazing,
everything?
man?
Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Everybody out there, you guys can all hear, right? Okay. Let me see here. Okay. Let me just set my alarms, and we will be off to the races. Alrighty. So you got your book, right?
I got a journal book, and then I got a reading book.
Okay, sweet. That's right. Perfect. It's all you need. 560. Was it?
This is live on my page too, huh? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think so. It's
hard to tell the people on my page because they're not used to seeing this, you know, what we're doing.
Yeah. Well, we'll do it again. I'm gonna get some new technology where I can really do this because I saw an app, but I need to do some more diligence with that. But you know,
it's a learning process, you know.
Yeah, we'll get better and better at it. Okay, so welcome back to the Journey to Greatness, everybody. This is David McDonald, the GOAT, Day 165 with special guest Cesar Amaral, MX360. Good morning.
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing real good. I didn't get my sleep,
awesome,
but I'm here.
Awesome. That's all right. I'm happy that you're here on the show today, and you know, I look forward to having you. Even you know, I just look really forward. I was gonna say I look forward to having you again, even though we haven't finished this session. So I'm happy to
Thanks
have
for
you
the invite,
today,
man.
brother. So
thanks
first, we're gonna get into our
Thank you.
Huh? Oh yeah. Of course. And thank you, Liz. I appreciate that.
We love you.
So let me see here. We have. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna get into our meditation routine, and so usually what I like to do is I just like to close my eyes and you know, sit crisscross or sit on my meditation bench, and really it's just a good time to just clear your mind and just be still for the morning, you know, in the morning, and just, you know, period, just still your mind and so let the thoughts flow from you. So if you have any questions, obviously let me know. But if you don't know what to do or what to think, if you've never done it before, for anybody out there joining us for the first time, just sit with your eyes closed and then just sit still. You know, because we're always moving, we're always constantly, you know, interacting with people, and so the number one thing here is you want to sit still and just be. So I'll see you guys on the other side. Let's do it. you want to make sure you're taking deep breaths with your eyes closed, in and out. Really big, deep breaths so that you can release the tension in your body and come to a place of complete relaxation. All right, all right. Welcome back. How was
It was
it?
good for me, man. How was it for you?
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, it's would you say you meditate like a little bit? You know, like do you find yourself
Yeah,
meditating at
I
all?
meditate every day in the morning, man. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
I've never done it
Yeah,
in
that's
this position
beautiful.
where I'm at right now, so my legs were going a little numb, even just in that short time. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. In the beginning, when you're sitting down, it was even sitting on the bench. It was kind of weird at first, but you
get
know,
used to it.
over
Yeah,
time, you get used to it. The ball of my heel, you know, the ball on the side of the heel, that
yeah,
starts to get sore for me when I first started doing it because all my weights rested on it, and even
yeah. My
still,
foot.
then
Yeah, there's a couple places where your foot rests, it starts getting sore. You're like, oh dang.
yeah. That's awesome. Okay, so we're gonna get into our reading routine, and for everybody out there, we are. I'm reading "Relentless" by Tim
I'm
Grover.
reading
What are you
"Crushing
reading?
It" by Gary Vaynerchuk. Man, this is a good book.
Oh man, you
Good
got
book
that
right here.
book?
Hey, I need to get
I
that
need
one
to
right there
get
too.
that.
Yeah,
That's a good idea. Yeah,
yeah.
we should maybe just trade. um, okay, so everybody out there, we'll see you guys on the other side. In lieu of our journaling, I want to journal today, but I really want to give Cesar some time on camera so he can kind of explain what he does and things like that. So we will, instead of doing our journaling routine today, we'll go ahead and do it off camera, but then we'll have Cesar be the main attraction here. So, okay, I'm right back. I'm going to grab some water. Alrighty, so welcome back. Welcome back. Man, we're gonna jam through this book. This book actually only has, I think 200 something pages, but the pages are really short.
Let's get it, bro.
Think and Grow Rich. The font was like 8, and the pages were super long. All right, so Cesar, tell me a little bit about yourself. So I know you have MX360. You are the CEO of MX360. Now, I was there to see you kind of evolve into, you know, like from your original beginnings, and you started as MX180, right? Can you tell us a little bit more about that and like what your motivation was behind that?
Yeah, so yeah, just a little bit about my backstory. You know, I've struggled with weight issues really since I was born. And in my 20s, you know, I got really deep into drinking and eating a lot of fast food and drinking a lot of soda. So I actually ballooned up to 275 pounds by the time I was 31 years old. So the thing that changed my life, the pivotal moment really was when my mom passed away 6 years ago from diabetes and cirrhosis of the liver. For about 10 months, I struggled, you know, missing her and, you know, in a depressive state, drinking every day and not taking care of my health, not eating healthy. And that's when I got to my heaviest point. And that's when I felt like I had an experience that my mom visited me in a dream. And she said I had to change my life. I had to change my life because I was going to help impact a lot of people someday. Man, when you wake up from that the next day, you're like, what just happened? I didn't know how to interpret the dream, but I remember my mom saying, just get up and walk. She always used to tell me that the best thing for controlling your weight, managing your weight, wasn't focusing on weight loss. It was focusing on building healthy habits of walking 30 minutes every day and eating healthy food every 3 hours. So that's what I did. I didn't have much nutrition knowledge. I wasn't a certified trainer at the time. I just started walking and I started eating healthy and I stopped drinking and I stopped eating hamburgers and haven't had that stuff now for 5 years, man, since I had my last drink. And I just started walking, man. And within 13 days, I had lost 25 pounds just doing that because I was so big. Within 3 months, I had lost about 60 pounds. And overall, I lost about 90 pounds and got to a place where I really loved myself, not just, you know, the exterior, but the interior work that had been done, you know, kind of through those couple years. When I finally had done that internal work, I remembered the second part of that dream was to help a lot of people, man. So 3 years ago, I started what initially was MX180. We were going to help people create healthy eating and exercise habits. The reason why I made it MX360, because I figured that I felt that MX180, we were just taking them halfway there. MX360 is about the whole you, the everything, the spiritual, the stress, the eating, the exercise, but also the meditation, the reading books. So we just really believe in your mission in the journey to greatness. We believe in the same the same concept of just continuing to improve this little space in the universe, which is yourself, your own spirit, your own corner of the universe. The way I believe that we can make the world better is if you, David, focus on what's going to make the best David alive, and me, Cesar, how am I going to make the best Cesar alive? And that way my energy and your energy can commingle, you know, to create all this greatness, man. And that's what's happening with a lot of our fan base and our following and our members. So yeah, it's really amazing what's under, you know, what's undertaking right now, man.
That's amazing. That's my guy. That's exciting, man. As always, like, geez, coming with that heat. Yeah, no, that's beautiful. I think that you're absolutely right. You know, we're not here to change anyone, and we're not here to tell people how to be. And the most beautiful thing is when we spend the time actually just working on ourselves. Then yeah, it's easier for us to attract a similar light. And so I thank you for that always. Now let me ask you this. So you are an entrepreneur, right? And we met at the bank originally when we used to work together in finance. And immediately it was just like, that's my guy, right? And you always come down and just, you know, and when I came to your branch, you just always show me love. And what what would you say to someone who's interested in maybe starting their own business? And how did you come to that point of believing in yourself to eliminate that 9-to-5 job and that security that you had at that time?
Yeah, so it was difficult. I'm not gonna lie, it's difficult. And right now, 3 years into my business, it's now at a place where it's profitable. But it's like 3 years, right? So you how do you go from where you're making good money, at a corporate job or or whatever, doing whatever, to going to basically, you have to be like you have to be the salesperson, you have to be the manager, you have to be the employee, you have to do everything, and also learn how to actually listen to your audience. Like the one thing I would say, just to answer your question, is if you have a passion about something, use these channels, use the Facebook, use the Snapchat, use the Instagram. And you're going to find one that really works well for you to communicate a message. That's all these tools are for. These are tools for us to communicate a message. If you feel passionate about something, start speaking about it now. And you don't have to do the video thing, but if you can do video, that's huge. Or you can do a blog post, or you can do a YouTube channel. Whatever it is that's your thing, start doing it now. For a lot of people who are, who may be watching that have a 9-to-5, you still got the 6 p.m. to midnight, right? That's 6 hours right there. You can put in work if you really want to build, your own company, or you want to build your own dream. And initially, I did this work for years without charging for it. It was just something I was doing out of my heart, helping people with their nutrition, helping people train. I'd meet people up at the gym to train them before I got certified, even after I got certified. Even after I started my company, I was just giving, and I try to give a lot, even to this day. Daily, I do like Snapchat. Daily, I do, videos on Facebook. Traditionally, that's us just playing around, like, right, with these channels, but that's work. And we have to start looking at these platforms, man. You don't know, man, like, it's just incredible the amount of business I get from Facebook, from Snapchat. I mean, like, all sources, and it's people who genuinely see who you are, and that they get to know your mission. And if they have a need in that, they're going to contact you, because you become the go-to person. The 25,000 people that follow me on these channels, it's like, who do they think of when they think of healthy habits? Well, they're going to think of me, because I'm talking about it every day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's all. That, and I like that a lot, because posting every single day is
work, man, hard work,
and it's hard work. And and I like the way you said that, because you're saying, you said it's like, at first we're playing with it, we're just doing it, just to do it. But when you have like a set of intention behind it, which is, maybe top of mind or relevancy, or just even simply just getting your message out because you care. I think that, it definitely, because I mean, there's times, like, even now, like, I posted on my Instagram recently, and I try to do it every single day, but that's work, man. You got to prepare the post, you got to get it ready, you got to figure out what you're going to say, and you have to do it every single day. So with that, like, how do you, where deep down inside do you find that consistency, and where, and like, what's your frame of mind when you wake up and you're like, okay, it's time to go to work? Like, where do you find that consistency within you?
Well, I think it's a big part of what you're doing here. You're setting up, how your day looks, right? Your day starts at 5 a.m. with the meditation, starts with the journaling, starts with reading a book. You have a morning routine, right? And once you get used to a routine, then you can say, okay, my office day is going to start at 9, or it's going to start at 8, or whatever it is. But then you fall into that routine. And what this does right here, it puts you in that mindset that it's something that you have to do every day, right? Every day. When we want to eat healthy, I'm not going to do that for 14 days and stop. No, I'm going to do it one day at a time for the rest of my life. I'm not going to work out 30 minutes, a day for 14 days. I'm going to do it one day at a time for the rest of my life. Until I can do it, I'm going to do it, and that's, I guess, one of the things that in society we think that any road that we want to take is going to be fast. But no, it takes time, it takes consistency, and you have to know it's repetition, just focus on what you need to do today. And then tomorrow, focus on what you need to do tomorrow, and then just repeat it until it becomes a habit, because this is now a habit for you. you're on 165, right? It's just a habit.
Right.
You probably you know, like really careful about the time you go to sleep, right? Because you know you got to get up at a certain time.
Yeah.
And you start setting yourself up. You start preparing even before the activity because you know what it's going to take, right? The energy and the time and the commitment. So you start making those tweaks, you know, like and then that helps you become successful with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's beautiful. Would you say, you know, on those days where you feel like, because every time I see you, man, you're like, you know, strong energy. You're ready to go. I mean, you just stay connected, and it's awesome. Like your energy is just always high. So what do you do on those days where you feel like, where you wake up and you're just like, damn, you know, like, man, where did that idea come from? Or where did this reality stem from? Why am I experiencing this? Like, what do you do when you're in like a low challenging point? Not a challenging point, but what do you do in that?
I ask for help, context,
man. You know, when you get
I ask for help, bro. Yeah, because we're all gonna experience it. Now, when you feel so like a conviction to your mission and to your calling, that will never waver, right? But your ability to do it, at least in my case, that will waver on some days, right? When you get like, you know, when you go into business, you know, you get into debt, or when you're not making money and you got to pay the mortgage, or, you know, different things that happen, that's going to have you question. It's like, man, am I really fit for this journey? You know what I'm saying? Though there are going to be days like that. And what I do, you know, is I ask for help. You know, like one day you came by the office, you know, like Dave, like when you came by the office, man, you know, you saw I was stressing, man. I was stressing about the finances. I was like, man, we're not really generating, you know, I don't even know what to do. And you made some recommendations. And even though you're not in my, you know, in my industry, like there's recommendations that you made, bro, are things that I still use today. The spreadsheet, hey, you need to collect data. You know, I remember that conversation well. And that really was the moment where things really started generating, you know. So you just ask for help, you know, if you're struggling with health and fitness. Find a friend, find a community. And a community can mean 3 people that you message with every day just to let them know. Find accountability. Hey, I got my workout in. I got my 3 healthy meals in. Whatever your commitment to that group is, have a way for you to report that, for them to help you if you're BSing yourself, because that also is needed. You know, you have to be true with yourself, and it's real easy to lie to yourself. So when you have 1 or 2 close friends that can really call you out on that and say, hey, this is the reality, man. You're not seeing it. This is the reality. You know, let's walk with this together. What do you need for me to, you know, for you to take that next step? And just make yourself vulnerable, make yourself open, and make yourself transparent. That allows you to just keep, you know, keep those people around you, and that allows you to keep going.
That's beautiful. What would you say? And I think that's incredible. And you know, on the flip side of that, you know, what's cool is what we talk about in our books, or what we read about in our books, is surrounding yourself with people who are, you know, who are going to support your dream and support who you are. And I know on the flip side of that, you know, after, you know, per our conversations, you know, you've given me exceptional advice on, you know, how to, you know, use my Facebook as more of a marketing tool from a business standpoint, and how to leverage, you know, Facebook from a standpoint where it's like I don't have to be there as much, and if I just do a simple, you know, these practices, like, you know, boost marketing ads and things like that, then I can find a lot more success in my media marketing. And I think, you know, just in that example alone, it's so beautiful. And it's a natural evolution of, you know, of give and take. And so it's like, even though you never go into a situation with the intention of, oh, I need something back, you know, naturally when you are in a space with people who are, you know, their fundamental base, I believe, and I'm speaking for you on this, SR, is love and support, that naturally, you know, it's just naturally we were able to experience and really elevate ourselves to the next level, you know, with the experience and the knowledge and education of people like you, friends like you, I should say. So I think that's beautiful, man. And that's a perfect segue to our next question. What do you say to people who say you can't do it, or it's too hard? You know, what do you say to people who say those things to you?
Yeah, people say that all the time, every day. You know, every day I hear it in the health and fitness industry. because we're led to believe. So first of all, it goes back to getting real with what what you really want. If you want to, like at the beginning of my journey, I was 275 pounds, man. So I couldn't even think that I was ever, like 2 years into the journey, I was at a point where I was, had my six pack going on, stuff like that, because I was really into the training and the really this really tight nutrition. But I couldn't even fathom that at the beginning, man. So all I had to do was just get real about what can I do today? That was my initial start. Like what can I do today? And then the next day I just ask myself the same question. If you're a person, and I'll speak, kind of about what I do. If you're a person that needs to lose 50 pounds or 100 pounds or 90 pounds, and you think about the 90 pounds, you might start off motivated in a week or two, but then that motivation is gonna naturally fade away. So when that fades away, that's why usually New Year's resolutions by January 15th, everybody's giving up, because you start the year super motivated, and then in about 2 weeks that wears off. So that's when you have to get real with yourself and say, okay, am I really just focusing on the result, or am I really dedicated to the process? And this is a process. Like life is a process. Yes, it's gonna feel difficult sometimes. Yeah. Yes, it's not gonna feel easy. It's easier for me to sit on the couch right now than to go outside and run for 30 minutes. It's easier. So you have to just really get real with yourself. Why are you doing this? So identify those reasons, so that when you have those options, right? Because there's going to be a gap. You're going to get, should I go run or should I sit on the couch? In that gap, what's going to get you over that gap to go out and put the tennis shoes on and run? So.
Yeah. Okay. And wow. Okay. So pretty much you don't even allow naysayers to get into your space.
Well, not necessarily even in my space, because I deal with it because my clients sometimes tell me that stuff, right? So I love solving problems. That's why I'm an entrepreneur, because I love solving an issue, solving a problem, because I believe that for every obstacle there is always a solution. So when somebody says I can't do it, why can't you do it? Oh, well, my spouse doesn't allow me to go to the gym, or my this or that, or I have to cook for the kids, or I have to do this. So it's finding the obstacles. Yes, because there's going to be, as soon as you decide you want to be an entrepreneur, or you want to get healthy, or you want to start eating right, 1,000 obstacles are going to present themselves, right? If they haven't already. So you just have to find a solution for each of those obstacles. It might be 5 obstacles. It might be 10. I don't know. There's always, like, for 1,000 excuses that we put to ourselves, there's always at least one solution to them. So just find a solution and make it happen.
Wow. That's beautiful. Yeah, find the solution. I like that a lot. Okay, so tell me, Cesar, what's your dream? Like, where do you see MX360? We've had conversation. Tell me about what your dream is, and for everybody out there, So for
MX360, for MX360 specifically, I would love to help people, feel healthy, form healthy habits. I believe that health starts from what we put in our bodies, what we put in our minds. So if in 5, 10, 15 years we can have a community. We've got a community now of about 500 people that have been through our program, and we just want to continue to grow that, because each one of those people, those 500 people, they have a spouse, or they have children, or they have parents, right, who are struggling with diabetes and cancer and all these things that are really affecting us, and that have a lot to do with our lifestyle choices. So I just want to really help create a healthy community. Like you said it earlier, I can't tell any of my members what to do and what not to do. My job is to help inform them, inform myself first, read books, watch documentaries, speak to people like yourself, gather information, then try to make some kind of sense out of all these, sources and this information, and then present that information to our clients in a way that I feel is a healthy way, and really empower them to make healthy choices, because I really ultimately think that's what health is. My fitness company isn't a company that's going to help you get shredded. We don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. What I do know how to do is, how do I help you form healthy habits? What are the tools you're going to need to form these healthy habits and take healthy, informed decisions, right? Like, I've been vegan for the last, I started my veganism again on Monday, but I've been vegetarian for the last about 1.5 years. I can't tell any of my clients to be vegan or to be vegetarian, but I can share with them the information, right? The information about, about food and the decisions we make, the information that I read, the information that goes out, and there's so much out there, man. So you have to like compile that stuff together and share it with them. And ultimately, they're their own person. They're their own being, so they have to make their own decision. And once you can empower somebody to do that, man, it's powerful, man. It's just super powerful.
Yeah, yeah. That's, man, geez, you are a game changer, man. You are a game changer. That's awesome. Okay, well, where do you, so in terms of like, Think and Grow Rich was a book we just finished reading. Where do you see yourself financially? With your business as a result of, to all the dreamers out there, to give them perspective. So I say, I don't hang out with millionaires because I want to see what I can get from them. I hang out with millionaires because they show me how to dream bigger. So, and when I say millionaires, I don't necessarily mean only monetarily. I mean spiritually and monetarily, or either or. And I know you're a millionaire in both categories. And so what would you say, where do you see yourself in that 5 years?
I'd love to be able to grow my company to a place where we're generating, millions of dollars, but also helping tons of people. I see my company as a $100 million company. So I don't consider, even though it's just two of us like running the team, I've never considered my business a small business. I always see that we have a big work to do. Initially I would get caught up with that stuff, like thinking about, man, I'm gonna have my $100 million company someday. We're gonna impact a nation of people. So I've always thought big like that, man. Really, for the last about year and a half, I've just been focusing on the day-to-day. What do I have to do right now? Who can I help today? And just really focusing on that, because I'm committed to the long game, man. Like in my lifetime, I want to make $1 trillion in business, man. In my lifetime, right? When I read that the first trillionaire is gonna be made within about 20 to 25 years, people like you, people on this channel, we got 60 years left. If we live to be 100, we got 60 years left, right? This is a long game. So there'll be plenty of opportunity for us to reap the financial benefits and rewards if we do things right now. That we have to do the right things right now, and I believe the right things right now are helping people. Right? Like that, you're never going to go wrong with that. If you genuinely, sincerely want to help people, that means you help yourself by informing yourself, by being the best you can, so that way you have the best arsenal to be able to help people. You're going to win, man. I just firmly believe, I don't have any doubt in my mind, that in 5, 10, 15, 20 years, man, we're going to be collaborating on, on investments and just doing major global impact stuff,
Wow, that's so. Yeah, I got shivers in my body when you started talking about that. Man, I just want to jump up.
I know, man. I want to get up too.
All right, and last question before we sign off here. Where can people find you, and what would you say? First, what would you say to people out there who are aspiring to achieve their dreams and are achieving their dreams and have achieved their dreams, right? So living from the place of the end. What would you say to them, and where can people find you?
For the people that are aspiring and that are reaching their dreams, just give, give and love. This Gary Vaynerchuk book really talks about it, just giving content and producing and just give, like that thing that the most of, that thing that just takes you over, that you're reading about and that you want to know more about and that you want to help other people find the light to. Just be that every day and share that every day, because ultimately people are going to see who you really are and they're going to gravitate towards that. So, I know most of the people in this group are already doing that. So just continue to do it, continue to collaborate with people like David, with people like Liz, all the people in this amazing group. Just keep following your dreams, keep following your dreams and, connect, right? You have to have that balance in your team. If you're a visionary, find the practical people, right? If you're, if you're love to be like a spokesperson for your company, find the analytical people that really know about the details, So just create a good team, create a good team, and I think that's the way to be able to impact the best, your community. And people can find us on here Facebook, MX360 Fitness. Also on Instagram. Our website's going through a redoing phase right now. So Instagram, Snapchat, it's Cesar.Amaral, my name on Snapchat. And yeah, I think that's it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Cesar. And
yeah, man. Yeah, we have to see you around,
but yeah, but just keep doing that thing you're doing, brother. And for anybody who's out there has questions about fitness and working around fitness, give Cesar a call. He's a really cool gentleman. He's a really cool guy, really cool friend, and I just appreciate you always showing up. Your drive and your tenacity to be connected. Your drive and tenacity to want to learn. Like I never. I never hear you just naysay. You're always, your mind is so alert. You're like a sponge, and I know you've experienced so much, with your own business, with your life, and so to share that message and share a message with the world, man, I appreciate it, and I know, everyone else appreciates it too. So thank you so much, and thank you for accepting the invitation to be on the journey to greatness, and be our star. And to shine so brightly, today for everyone and showing up. I love you for that, and I love you for being you. So until next time, I appreciate you.
Appreciate it, man. I love you too, bro. And yeah, the invitation is definitely true. If anybody wants to reach out to me, if anybody needs help, with these healthy habits, anything like that, just shoot me a message. I love talking to people. I love giving advice. So if I can help you with anything, I'm here.
All right, beautiful. All right, Cesar. Have an excellent day. Make it the best day of your life.
Take care.
Peace.
Adios.
Okay, yeah. All right, everyone. That was my good friend, Pro Cesar Amaral. And reach out to him. His name is tagged in our mention box. He's a very, very inspirational person. I don't really need to say that for you to see it. And thank you for everyone who jumped online today. I'm going to get this face-to-face communication here knocked down a little bit more accurately. I can honestly say within me, I was just like, man, I was supposed to go do this and I hadn't done it yet. And so I'm being transparent right now, and I'm saying, I'm a little saddened that I've waited up until this point because the Friday special guest, event or segment of our journey is something that I want to implement every single week. And I think it's really, really important to do it because I love, going through the journey and reading about the books, but I like highlighting people and I like people to show through and talk about their story, it's about the community. It's about the people that you're working with. Ding, I just had an idea. All right. So, okay. I'll put that in my storage file, but it's about celebrating people and it's about getting to know the people who are actively moving. And these are people from all different walks of life, from all different industries, from all different perspective points. But at the end of the day, it's just about celebrating people. And so with that being said, I can't say thank you enough to everyone who jumped on the message board this morning. I can't see any of the comments. I don't really know if we have any, but for everybody who jumped on, thank you and awesome morning to you. And find Cesar I tagged him in our description box. And if you enjoyed the session today and you'd like to be featured, or you like just to come on and talk about what your gift is or what you love to do naturally or how you like to give back to people, feel free to reach out to myself or Liz Viveros, and she and I can help coordinate to get you on the Friday show. So with that being said, I hope you all have the best day of your life. Today is Friday. We are having an open house tomorrow at the mansion up in Everett. So look out for that open house flyer. and so that should be pretty amazing. And then other than that, thank you for joining me, day 165 of 365 with David McDonald, the GOAT, changing the world one day at a time, and leading and loving with others around us. So I'll see you guys tomorrow at 5 a.m. Peace.